Hello and welcome to a session that will fundamentally change the way you learn, remember, and speak English. Today, we are not just practicing English, we are unlocking the secret power of your own mind. The title of this video is How to Use a Secret Technique to Boost Your Memory. This is a special English practice session designed for the graduate reader, meaning we will use clear, deliberate language to help you understand every single concept. If you have ever struggled to remember a new word, a complex grammar rule, or even a simple name, then this video is for you. We are going to explore techniques used by memory champions, techniques that are not magic, but pure applied science. And the best part? You can use these exact methods to accelerate your English fluency. Let us begin by understanding the problem. Why do we forget? The human brain is not a computer hard drive. It does not simply store information perfectly. It is a vast interconnected network. And forgetting is not a failure of storage, but a failure of retrieval. We forget because we do not create enough strong connections to the information. We do not give our brain a clear path back to the memory. The secret technique is not one single trick, but a system of creating these strong, clear paths. The first and most powerful secret technique is called the memory palace. The memory palace, or method of Lotzi, is an ancient technique. It was used by ancient Greek orators to memorize long speeches. It works by linking new abstract information, like English words, to familiar concrete locations like your house. Think about your home. You know every room, every piece of furniture, every corner. This is a memory structure that is already strong in your mind. We are going to use this strong structure to hold your new English vocabulary. How to build your English memory palace. First, choose a familiar place. Your house, your apartment, or your route to work. Second, identify distinct locations or loci in that place. For example, the front door, the living room sofa, the kitchen table, the bedroom window. You need about 10 to 20 locations. Third, for every new English word you want to memorize, you create a vivid, silly, or emotional image. This image must represent the word. Fourth, you place this image at one of the locations in your memory palace. Let us try an example. Imagine you want to learn the word ephemeral, which means lasting for a very short time. This is an abstract word. To make it concrete, imagine opening your front door, locus 1, and seeing a giant, beautiful butterfly made of smoke. It is ephemeral because it vanishes instantly. The image is strange, emotional, and memorable. Now, when you want to recall the word ephemeral, you simply walk through your front door in your mind, see the vanishing smoke butterfly, and the word comes back to you instantly. This technique is powerful because the brain remembers strange visual and spatial information much better than simple text. The second secret technique is chunking. Chunking is the process of breaking down large amounts of information into smaller, more manageable units. Our short-term memory is limited. It can only hold about 7 pieces of information at a time. By chunking, we make those 7 pieces much larger. Think of a phone number, 555-123-4567. It is hard to remember, but if you chunk it 555-123-4567, it is easy. How to use chunking for English. Do not memorize single words. Memorize phrases or collocations. A single word is one piece of information. A phrase like to take a deep breath is one piece of information, but it contains 4 words. You are learning 4 words for the price of 1. When you learn the word decision, do not learn it alone. Learn the chunk to make a decision. When you learn the word responsibility, learn the chunk to take responsibility. By chunking, you are training your brain to use words naturally, in the correct combination, which is the key to fluency. The third secret technique is spaced repetition. This is the most scientifically proven method for moving information from your short-term memory to your long-term memory. When you learn something new, you should review it shortly after. Then you should review it again, but with longer and longer intervals of time. For example, learn a word today. Review it in 1 hour. Review it tomorrow. Review it in 3 days. Review it in 1 week. Review it in 2 weeks. This spaced repetition tells your brain, this information is important. Do not delete it. How to use spaced repetition for English. Use a simple flashcard app or even a notebook. When you learn a new phrase, a chunk, review it on this schedule. The key is to review the information just before you're about to forget it. This is the optimal moment for memory consolidation. Spaced repetition is the discipline that makes the memory palace and chunking work long-term. Let us practice with a simple word and apply all three techniques. The word is diligent, meaning hardworking and careful. Step 1, memory palace. Imagine you are in your kitchen, locus 2. You see a small diligent ant carrying a massive sugar cube. The ant is working very hard. This is the image for diligent. Step 2, chunking. Do not learn diligent alone. Learn the phrase, to be a diligent student. Step 3, spaced repetition. You review the image of the ant and the phrase to be a diligent student in 1 hour, then tomorrow, then in 3 days. This systematic approach transforms learning from a passive, frustrating activity into an active, enjoyable, and highly effective process. Your memory is not weak. It is simply waiting for the right instructions. Give it the right instructions, and you will be amazed at your progress. Now let us delve deeper into the power of the memory palace, focusing on how to make the images even more memorable. The key to the memory palace is the vividness of the image. Your brain loves extremes. It loves the bizarre, the funny, the loud, and the emotional. If you want to remember the word serene, meaning calm and peaceful, do not just imagine a calm person. Imagine a giant serene blue whale floating in your bathtub, locus 3. The image is impossible and therefore unforgettable. The whale is so calm that the water does not even move. If you want to remember the word clumsy, meaning awkward in movement, imagine your favorite lamp, locus 4, suddenly growing legs and tripping over the rug, making a huge, clumsy noise. The more senses you involve, sight, sound, emotion, the stronger the memory. Let us practice this vividness with more words. Word elaborate, meaning detailed and complicated. Image. At your dining table, locus 5, a giant elaborate cake is sitting there. It is so tall and complicated that it has tiny staircases and little edible statues. It is the most elaborate cake you have ever seen. Word hesitate, meaning to pause before doing something. Image. At your bedroom door, locus 6, you see a cartoon character trying to walk through the door, but their feet are glued to the floor. They are hesitating. Their face is full of doubt. The memory palace is a journey. When you want to retrieve the information, you simply walk the path in your mind. Front door, ephemeral. Kitchen, diligent ant. Bathtub, serene whale. Lamp, clumsy. Dining table, elaborate cake. Bedroom door, hesitate. This mental walk is fast, effective, and fun. Now let us look at chunking in more detail. We are not just learning phrases. We are learning grammatical patterns through chunks. This is how native speakers learn grammar, not through rules but through hearing and repeating patterns. Instead of learning the rule for the present perfect tense, learn the chunk, I have already finished. Instead of learning the rule for conditional sentences, learn the chunk. If I were you, I would, instead of learning prepositions, learn the chunk. To rely on something. To depend on something. By learning these chunks, your brain automatically absorbs the grammar. When you speak, you do not have time to think, is this the present perfect or the past simple? You simply retrieve the chunk, I have already finished. This is the key to speaking fluently and naturally. Let us practice with some common useful chunks. Chunk, look forward to, meaning to anticipate with pleasure. Example, I look forward to meeting you. Chunk, get rid of, that meaning to throw away or remove. Example, I need to get rid of this old book. Chunk, take advantage of, meaning to use a situation to gain benefit. Example, we should take advantage of this nice weather. When you use the memory palace, you can place the image for look forward to at the next locus. Locus 7 may be your closet. Imagine your closet is so excited about the future that it is jumping up and down. This links the chunk to the location. The third technique, spaced repetition, needs to be integrated into your daily routine. Do not treat it as an extra task. Make it a habit like brushing your teeth. Your spaced repetition schedule can be: morning, review the words from yesterday. Lunchtime, review the words from 3 days ago. Evening, review the words from 1 week ago. This constant, gentle exposure ensures that the information is always fresh in your mind. The goal is to make the memory so strong that you can retrieve it instantly without any hesitation. This is the difference between knowing a word and being able to use it fluently. Let us move on to a fourth secret technique, the power of association. This technique is about linking the new English word to something you already know, something in your native language, or something in your emotional life. Word meticulous, meaning showing great attention to detail. Association. Think of a person you know who is very meticulous. Every time you see that person, you think of the word meticulous. You have linked the new word to an existing strong memory. Word turbulent, meaning characterized by conflict, disorder, or confusion. Association. Think of a time in your life when things were turbulent. The emotion of that time is now linked to the word. Emotion is a powerful memory glue. The more connections you make, the stronger the memory. The memory palace gives you a spatial connection. Chunking gives you a grammatical connection. Association gives you an emotional and personal connection. These three techniques work together to create a fortress of memory in your mind. Let us practice the full system again with a new word. Inadvertently, meaning unintentionally, without knowing. Step 1. Association. Think of a time you inadvertently broke something. The feeling of surprise is the glue. Step 2. Memory palace. Place the image at locus 8, maybe your refrigerator. Imagine you inadvertently opened the refrigerator door and a giant silly cartoon anvil fell out. The image is a surprise, linking to the meaning. Step 3. Chunking. Learn the chunk to inadvertently make a mistake. Step 4. Spaced repetition. Review the image and the chunk on your schedule. By the end of this video, you will have a complete, powerful system for memory. Your English will improve not because you are studying harder, but because you are studying smarter. You are using the natural power of your brain. Remember the words of the memory champions. Anyone can have a great memory. You just need the right technique. You now have the technique. The only thing left is the practice. We will now dedicate the final part of this session to extensive repetition of the key concepts and vocabulary. This is your graduate reader practice. Listen carefully and repeat the phrases. The memory palace. The memory palace. It links new information to familiar locations. It links new information to familiar locations. Chunking. Chunking. It breaks down large amounts of information into smaller units. It breaks down large amounts of information into smaller units. Spaced repetition. Spaced repetition. It moves information to your long-term memory. It moves information to your long-term memory. The power of association. The power of association. It links the new word to something you already know. It links the new word to something you already know. Vividness. Vividness. The image must be strange, silly, or emotional. The image must be strange, silly, or emotional. Ephemeral. Ephemeral. Lasting for a very short time. Lasting for a very short time. Diligent. Diligent. Hardworking and careful. Hardworking and careful. Serene. Serene. Calm and peaceful. Calm and peaceful. Clumsy. Clumsy. Awkward in movement. Awkward in movement. Elaborate. Elaborate. Detailed and complicated. Detailed and complicated. Hesitate. Hesitate. To pause before doing something. To pause before doing something. Meticulous. Meticulous. Showing great attention to detail. Showing great attention to detail. Turbulent. Turbulent. Characterized by conflict or disorder. Characterized by conflict or disorder. Inadvertently. Inadvertently. Unintentionally. Unintentionally. To make a decision. To make a decision. To take responsibility. To take responsibility. To take a deep breath. To take a deep breath. I have already finished. I have already finished. If I were you, I would. If I were you, I would. To rely on something. To rely on something. To look forward to meeting you. To look forward to meeting you. To get rid of this old book. To get rid of this old book. To take advantage of this nice weather. To take advantage of this nice weather. To inadvertently make a mistake. To inadvertently make a mistake. The memory palace is an ancient technique. The memory palace is an ancient technique. We must create strong connections to the information. We must create strong connections to the information. The brain remembers strange visual and spatial information. The brain remembers strange visual and spatial information. Chunking trains your brain to use words naturally. Chunking trains your brain to use words naturally. Spaced repetition is the most scientifically proven method. Spaced repetition is the most scientifically proven method. The more senses you involve, the stronger the memory. The more senses you involve, the stronger the memory. Emotion is a powerful memory glue. Emotion is a powerful memory glue. Your memory is not weak. It is simply waiting for the right instructions. Your memory is not weak. It is simply waiting for the right instructions. You are studying smarter, not harder. You are studying smarter, not harder. The key to fluency is the retrieval of the memory. The key to fluency is the retrieval of the memory. Let us continue our practice. We will focus on the most powerful applications of the memory palace, chunking and spaced repetition. Remember, the goal is to make your English automatic, to eliminate the need for translation. The memory palace is not just for vocabulary. You can use it for grammar rules, irregular verbs, and complex idioms. Application 1. Irregular verbs. Imagine you have a room dedicated to irregular verbs. At locus 9, maybe your television, you want to memorize the set. To catch, caught, caught. Imagine your television is trying to catch a baseball, but it keeps getting caught in the wires. The image is funny and links the 3 forms of the verb. Application 2. Complex idioms. At locus 10, maybe your bookshelf, you want to memorize the idiom. To bite the bullet, meaning to face a difficult situation with courage. Imagine a tiny soldier on your bookshelf, literally biting a giant metal bullet. The image is dramatic and reinforces the meaning of courage. Application 3. Grammar rules. At locus 11, maybe your dining room chandelier. You want to memorize the rule for the 3rd conditional. If I had done, I would have done. Imagine the chandelier is crying because it had done something wrong, and now it would have done anything to change it. The emotion links to the structure. By placing these complex English elements into your physical familiar space, you are making them concrete and easy to retrieve. Every time you think of your television, you think of caught. Every time you look at your bookshelf, you think of bite the bullet. We discussed learning phrases, but let us focus on contextual chunking. This means learning words within a specific topic or scenario. Scenario, a business meeting. Do not learn single words like agenda, proposal, or deadline. Learn the chunks. Let us start the agenda. I would like to propose a new idea. Can we extend the deadline? When you need to speak in a business context, your brain retrieves the entire scenario and the associated chunks, not individual words. This makes your speech sound professional and natural. Scenario, talking about the future. Learn the chunks. I am going to travel next year. I will probably be late. I might go to the party. These chunks contain the correct auxiliary verbs and tenses, teaching you grammar in a practical, applied way. The key to spaced repetition is the forgetting curve. Research shows that we forget most of what we learn very quickly. The first review is the most important. The optimal review schedule. 1. Initial learning today. 2. First review. 10 minutes later, a quick mental walk through your memory palace. 3. Second review 1 day later. 4. Third review 3 days later. 5. Fourth review 7 days later. 6. Fifth review 30 days later. This systematic review process is the engine that drives all the other techniques. It ensures that your effort is not wasted. Treat this schedule like a contract with your memory. The final secret is the emotional connection. The brain prioritizes memories that are linked to strong emotions. Make your learning personal. When you learn a new word, ask yourself, on 1, how does this word make me feel? Funny, sad, excited. 2, how can I use this word to describe my own life? 3, what is the most ridiculous image I can create for this word? The more you invest emotionally, the more your brain invests in the memory. Let us practice with a final complex word. Ubiquitous, meaning present, appearing, or found everywhere. Emotional connection. The feeling of being overwhelmed by something that is everywhere. Memory palace. At locus 12, maybe your front yard, imagine a silly, ubiquitous garden gnome. He is everywhere. You see him on the roof, in the window, and on the fence. He is ubiquitous. Chunking. The internet is ubiquitous. Now we will dedicate the final part of this session to extensive repetition of the key concepts and vocabulary. This is your graduate reader practice. Listen carefully and repeat the phrases. The memory palace is not just for vocabulary. The memory palace is not just for vocabulary. You can use it for grammar rules and irregular verbs. You can use it for grammar rules and irregular verbs. To bite the bullet means to face a difficult situation with courage. To bite the bullet means to face a difficult situation with courage. Contextual chunking means learning words within a specific scenario. Contextual chunking means learning words within a specific scenario. The forgetting curve shows that we forget quickly. The forgetting curve shows that we forget quickly. The optimal review schedule is essential for long-term memory. The optimal review schedule is essential for long-term memory. The emotional connection prioritizes memories. The emotional connection prioritizes memories. Ubiquitous, ubiquitous, present everywhere. Present everywhere. To catch, caught, caught. To catch, caught, caught. To bite the bullet. To bite the bullet. Agenda, proposal, deadline, agenda, proposal. Deadline, I am going to travel next year. I am going to travel next year. I will probably be late. I will probably be late. I might go to the party. I might go to the party. The memory palace is an ancient technique. The memory palace is an ancient technique. We must create strong connections to the information. We must create strong connections to the information. The brain remembers strange visual and spatial information. The brain remembers strange visual and spatial information. Chunking trains your brain to use words naturally. Chunking trains your brain to use words naturally. Spaced repetition is the most scientifically proven method. Spaced repetition is the most scientifically proven method. The more senses you involve, the stronger the memory. The more senses you involve, the stronger the memory. Emotion is a powerful memory glue. Emotion is a powerful memory glue. Your memory is not weak. It is simply waiting for the right instructions. Your memory is not weak. It is simply waiting for the right instructions. You are studying smarter, not harder. You are studying smarter, not harder. The key to fluency is the retrieval of the memory. The key to fluency is the retrieval of the memory.